Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, we're going to start our session now. Relax your body, keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, you can mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the blessed one, the exalted one, the fully enlightened one. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we get into practice, it is better we spend a little bit time to be very clear with the technique we're going to practice. So as you experience in day-to-day life, just we are like as ordinary people, mostly your mind responding to your past experience. That is the very behavior. So when it comes to meditation, so the mainly we're trying to develop our mind to get connect with the present moment. Because when you responding to your past with your thoughts, you are losing the present moment. And when you come to the connection with the present moment, you not depend on your past. So each and every moment you have a very brand new experience in front of you. Thinking not bad, thoughts not bad. Because we are itself thoughts. But the thing is this, when you are so into thinking patterns, and sometimes it disconnects our awareness, it disconnects our recognition. So when it comes to the recognition, mostly your thoughts always allow you to go with the preconditioned mind. And you already have a current related to emotions, desires, dreamings, fear, anxiety, depression, unbalance, greed, hatred, lust. So this kind of background sometimes brings our thoughts. So otherwise, if the thoughts are very clear, without that kind of background, then you no need to afraid for that kind of thoughts in the first level. Because it's never going to bring any kind of unprofitable environment or the situation to your own life. But in the very first level, we have to very, very clear, you have to rescue your present moment of awareness from that kind of thought background. So once you have it, then it will help you to experience the very moment. When it comes to the experience in the very first level, with the perception, we have experience with the outside world. Like when there is a sound come, of course, we think there is an outside sound. And the smell come, it is coming from outside. And when we see something, we think in the first level, basic level, there is something outside and we can see it. That is a very conventional level of experience. And that is a very conventional level of understanding. Another way we can name it as common sense. But deeply, there is something else also happening. Even in day-to-day life with our ordinary experience, and even psychologically ourselves in our mind, there is something else happening. So what is that? In the very first level, in the very first layer, even though we think there is something outside and we experience it, if you look very carefully, even though that outside things happens, that whatever you experience, whatever you go through, whatever you feel, completely 100% happening as a reaction of inside you, not the outside. So this is something that you have to very carefully recognize. So be very clear, there are two layers of experience. One layer is with the outside world, with eye object, ear object, nose object, tongue object, the body object. So when we experience that, we think, oh, there is something. As example, oh, the bell sound. So like that, we always think that there is something outside and we grab it. But if you deeply observe, you're going to see something else. What is that? That is, you are responding to your own nature. That the sound I heard, even though it came to my ear and after it grabbed by the ear consciousness, from that point, my own mind react to it. So then if you recognize this very carefully, even you can apply it to in day-to-day life a lot of things. As example, oh, there's a sound, bell sound, meditation, and it is a nice sound. So that nice came out of my own reaction. So I practice meditation, and because of that, this is a good sound for me. So that nice, oh, it is a good sound. That good, the reaction that you do happen inside you to that sound, it is not happen to the bell sound. So the bell sound already gone, but whatever the reaction happening inside you, whatever the response come to you, to that sound, it come as a reaction of your own inner behavior. So then you just imagine that here sitting another person and he don't like meditation. Maybe your home, somebody maybe don't like meditation. And they may get so mad about, when you practice meditation. And maybe if they hear the bell sound, like this, they get so mad. Oh, that crazy thing is start. So how they responded to that? They're not responding to this bell sound. The craziness that they think that it is start with the meditation, this bell sound, it is a crazy thing. That crazy thing happen in their own mind. So then just apply the same principle to your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. So we think we responding to outside. No, we responding to our inner behavior. That inner behavior bring the environment to develop the thoughts. And then how about oh, I like this, the good things, that all the good things also happening in you. Because there is the outside, it is just an event. We are the one who transform it to good or bad according to our own ideas. And the Dharma is a method. You completely come to the neutral point and allow the nature to happen as it is. So the Dharma is not good or bad. Dharma not related to that. It's in a very neutral level. Once we come to this point and then we say Dharma is good, but how about when then if the Dharma is good, it should good for all people. But look, sometimes people don't take it like that way. So then there is something that you can grab as good, that good happen inside you. So then the anger. So there is someone cannot make you angry. We think like that when we go with it. In the very conventional level is that. That's a common sense. But when you get angry, always remember, you are the one who reacting to your own nature. And the fear, the same. You are the one who responding to your own nature. The lust, the same. Greed, the same. You are the one who responding to your own nature. So when it comes to the tranquility state, we completely settle down with the primary mental object without reacting to our own nature. Own nature means our own mind. Own mind is old mind. It's old. So then when you observe inhalation, exhalation, if the thought arises, just look yourself. Is it related to past? Then get out of it. Even in day-to-day life, even in this very moment, that whatever in your mind regarding your life, it is a reaction to your past experience. Whenever you have free time, take time and just look yourself. Whatever your future plans means, it's already depend on your past. So then that future moment become present, what will happen? In that very moment, whatever you make the future plan, it's going to depend on. So like that, this journey came eons by eons, very long time. It's happening in you. So each and every atom, each and every blood cell that happening in you has a deeper history. Blueprint. That blueprint has a nature always react to past. So the meditation is a method, you little bit calm down and relax. So not go with the past. So in the very first level, you cannot shut down that system. You need some help. So that is why we take a primary mental object. Otherwise, if you have the ability to shut down that all the past experience early, you don't need a mental object. But in the beginning, you need a mental object. Why? Because our mind always depends on objects. Without objects, suddenly you cannot find a way to move forward. So that's why we take our own inhalation, exhalation. Why? Because it has a deeper, solid, unbreakable connection with your body and mind. And some people say, no need to practice meditation. No, by listening to Dhamma, you can. But look very carefully. The ascetic Siddhartha went through 6 years, many practice. And after that, he get out of that all the practice and himself is to start to observe. He start with the breathing. So that's why if you have opportunity, if you have the wisdom to just recognize yourself, you no need to do this. If you are so clear with your life, you no need to do this. But how about if somebody got tangled in their mind and everything mess up in their life, everything collapse in their life, how that kind of person can come to a point to settle down, not to and stay without responding to past. So even the Buddha attained to the Buddhahood and settle down with the inhalation, exhalation, and observing and slowly start to go through deeper, deeper, deeper. So this observing inhalation, exhalation has a very long history, thousand years old, and different yogis and other ascetic methods, shamanism, they used to practice this in a different ways. But we practice this with the base to go through the truth and experience the ultimate truth. Not any kind of mental powers or psychic powers or any other thing. But still, if there's a way that you can manifest these physical powers through this. So when it comes to the meditation, it is just not only, remember, that liberation means, enlightenment means, it is not a something separate from who you are. It is a transformation of all your experience. So if you don't have any experience, then there is no transformation. So in this very first level, another thing is when it comes to meditation, it is just not only the mind. Remember this very carefully. There's a huge part held by your physical body, physical health. So then take care of your physical health. And observing and getting to tranquility state is not easy. You have to have some kind of physical health, strength. If you are so weak with the physical, if you are so tired, you cannot practice meditation. You get tired. You're not going to get good result. Just because you need some kind of physical comfort. It's like, just imagine that brain surgeon or somebody, the doctor, going to do a surgery. So that doctor, maybe heart surgery, just imagine. So he opened the chest and maybe he didn't sleep for a few days. He didn't eat properly. He didn't have physical comfort. Now he opened and it may be he need to keep going like 2-3 hours, the surgery. It happens sometimes. So then, if the doctor opened the heart and this everything, now it come to the peak level and he need to keep working with it. So in case now, if the doctor got lazy, tired, sleepy, what will happen? What will happen to that patient? So then apply it to the same thing with your husband, with your wife, with your children, with your parents, when you study, when you work, and in day-to-day life with your friends, partners, and while you're driving. And then come to the meditation also. Same thing. So if you talk with your husband or wife, if you feel so lazy, tired, then what will happen? You cannot have a good conversation. Then one day it will be okay, 2 days it will be okay, but after a few weeks, what will happen? Maybe, it's done. Maybe your husband or the wife find somebody else. And the parents and children. If the mother or the father got tired, and when the children keep talking, because you need so much energy to be with children, you know better than me. So then if you get tired, if you feel sleepy, lethargic, and then what will happen? Then you keep talking, you blaming to them, they always in cell phone, computer, video game. One thing is, maybe while you having a conversation, maybe you are not putting enough energy to your conversation. So they feel like dull. So like that to the meditation, the same. Bring the same principle to the meditation while you're observing inhalation, exhalation. Bring the maximum level of your physical effort. That doesn't mean you overreact. No, to the best level, as you recognize, bring the effort. Otherwise, you cannot go beyond these habitual patterns. So then have the effort while you're observing your own inhalation, exhalation. Keep the strength. And if anybody can do this without physical strength, it is good. Let them to do it. But in the very first level, look yourself. Just try to understand how, just without any physical strength, how you can understand something, even to your brain. Even to recognize this subtle, deeper, very complicated mechanism of form, feeling, perception, volition, and recognition. If you don't have enough physical comfort or the strength or the rest, how are you going to get this? So that's why physically you have to be comfortable, strong. See that the lesson you can get, that while before that the Buddha attained to the Buddhahood, he almost died. It's kind of like a skeleton, no strength. Then he started to go and find the food, and he ate properly, and then sit for meditation. Get that lesson, learn from it, and apply it to even your day-to-day life. And you can get out of lot of difficulties even in your day-to-day life if you understand that how this physical part of our body play the role in this conventional life. And even for husband and wife, people get divorced. Why? Because they don't have the strength. They don't have enough physical strength. They cannot be with the partner. Because it is just not the physical that they listen to somebody, even have a proper conversation with the right tune. And you have to have a kind of like strength. And the people, the children, And even just imagine if the mother, before the delivery happened, if the pregnant period, if she is so weak, how this child going to survive? Where the enough nourishment happening? So after the child born, we try to feed that everything, but that doesn't work because the mother went through very difficult time. The already it affect to the child, and emotionally maybe, psychologically, physically maybe the child already weak. So then it's a deeper subject, but remember yourself when it comes to meditation. That's why I tell you every day, before 2 hours like that, have a good physical rest. Maybe you cannot do it during daytime like this, but whenever you want to practice sometimes meditation, when you have a free time, eat properly and keep drink the water comfortably. And if you can do a little bit exercise or like that physically, and then you make a plan, and then before like 2 hours, you get a shower and you clean yourself, brush your teeth, and you wash your feet. So like that, you get comfortable. And if it is possible, change your cloth. Put something that very comfortable for you and something very clean cloth for meditation. You sit and practice, and then you will see what you experience. Why? Because your body is like a garden. Your mind is like a garden. So then the environment that you keep itself going to bring some kind of awareness. Just imagine when you walk in a garden, that environment itself bring you kind of recognition. So now we work with the body, even not with the outside. But you have to apply the same principle to inside you. And if you do like that, and when you close your eyes, you get into your garden, your body, your mind, and you feel so comfortable. That comfort is very necessary. Why? Because you are at least, you have to be comfortable about you. Though if you feel miserable about you, with that misery, how are you going to understand something beyond this mind? Because you already collapse. You already unbalanced. That is where when we become more miserable, sad, worried, disappointed, unhappy, and that is where we sit for meditation. Then the mind go like roller coaster. No, it is a so different way you slowly to get into this path with the clear understanding. So then at the same time today, I want to give you another technique to add to yourself. So every day I give some certain techniques because there are different people, and especially we cannot have a very open conversation like physically. So that's why maybe maybe one technique doesn't work for everybody. But as informations, I give some basic informations to how to develop and get into tranquility state. So once you have very good, comfortable tranquility state, from there slowly you can go deeper. So for that, as you know, there is a word called trigger, that like mostly this gun, handgun, rifles, the weapons. So the word mostly used for that kind of tools, trigger. The trigger has power to activate the spring inside and release the spring. And once you pull the trigger, what happening? Whatever the explosive, it's going to happen. Once you pull the trigger, it released the spring, and so set off all the mechanism to release the explosive. So once you pull the trigger, the outcome you cannot change. Once you pull the trigger, the whatever outcome, the mechanism happen inside the gun, you cannot change. But you know already what is going to happen. And once you know what's going to happen, you already have the awareness towards the trigger. So like a sniper. So once you 100% become sure with the target, then you pull the trigger. Otherwise you don't. If you have a gun, you don't do that. You know why? Because you know the outcome. Otherwise, maybe like children sometimes misfire, because they don't know what they do. They hold it and they play with it. Then something happens. It happens. So then yourself, your mind the same. Your bodily, verbally, mentally, action the same. So the trigger is the conscious decision. You take a very conscious decision with your mind. And so now your inhalation, exhalation is the primary mental object. The sensation is the target. And your awareness itself is like this explosive already that keep inside you the bullet. Trigger is the conscious decision to recognition. So then you just settle down and become very clear. And now you know where the target. How you know? You can observe deeply. Inhale, exhale 3-4 times, and then you know where normally the inhalation, exhalation happens. And then you know what to do. The explosive you already ready. You know the capacity, the power of it sometimes. The small gun, the bullet, or maybe the bigger one. Or maybe it is a kind of like a nuclear. But it need to pull the trigger to open it. So like that, your awareness, you become ready. You settle down, and you first settle down with the body. Don't worry about the sensation. Once you settle down with the body, you see very clearly the inhalation, exhalation, and let it happen. And then don't make it rush. Slow down. Take your time. And take your time, prepare your gun. That means prepare your explosive. So your awareness, you ready. And take a conscious decision to put that attention towards the inhalation, exhalation. That is mean pulling the trigger. You take a conscious decision to go towards that. You may miss the target. If you try yourself, you will see. There's thoughts come, maybe something else happen. So like that. So then again, you have to get ready, take time. So now you know your mind, how it behaves. Even in front of your nose, your upper lip area, the sensation. And sometimes you cannot get the right target. That is who we are. That's why this all the misery is happening to us. That is what you have to understand. There's nothing wrong with anything. But this inner nature, inner behavior, we are not conscious. We think, oh, we are conscious. Oh, we can do it. Oh, I can do that. We think like that. So, but once you start, you will see. And then in a certain time, you again recognize. That's enough. Once you recognize, you relax, settle down with the body. Then again bring the awareness and set the target with the sensation of inhalation, exhalation, and trigger, take a conscious decision. And you recognize it. So keep going. In a certain level, the machine, there are certain machine guns. Once you pull the trigger, the bullets keep going. Then maybe within 1 second, 2 seconds, few minutes, that 100 bullets keep going. But you pull the trigger only one time. So now your mind comes to a point. You bring the awareness towards the primary mental object and the sensation. Your target is very clear. And you take only one conscious decision to recognize it. It keep going, keep going, keep going. The mind doesn't go anywhere. Your target is so clear, accurate. And it brings the confidence to you. You are the one who is going to be 100% satisfied if you find the right target with that conscious decision. So this pulling trigger, in day-to-day life, it happened to us unconsciously, that sometimes you when the anger happens, lust happens, habitual patterns happens. When we want to somebody disappointed, make disappointed. When we want to make somebody upset, we know exactly how to pull the trigger. You know how to do that. You know how to do it. But you think you so smart to do that way. But try yourself. If you think that you can do that way, try yourself, and then you will see. It is not you. You think, oh, I know how to make other person happy. I know how to make other person angry, unhappy. No, it is not you. It is that person. But this is what you have to practice with yourself. This is the real skill. Even the people may get the shooting, the gold medal from Olympic Games. But this is totally different. This reward you gain and your liberation means you will get out of this samsara. And it cannot compare to anything. So then the target is in front of you. You already have the most powerful, explosive gun. And at the same time, the very good mechanism you have with this human mind. And the only thing is, at the right time, you have to take the conscious decision and pull the trigger. Awareness, keep towards the sensation of inhalation, exhalation. Be with it. That's a post tranquility state. And once you come to the tranquility state, after that, not before, after you come to the tranquility state, in a certain level, forget all this The gun, the explosive, forget about this all. These poor children. This is like candy poor children. No? Now you are already disciple towards the teaching, and you already have built up the discipline to observe. And once you come to that point and slowly start to see the experiencer, the observer, how this mind happening in you with this recognition. Is it not, it is not beyond your body. It is happening in your body. It is happening within your own recognition. And it happened moment by moment, moment by moment. There is no repetition. There is no something go with the past. So in the deeper level, in each and every moment, that the very reality, the truth happening is your whole body responding to the present moment. So we don't see that. But in the surface level, in this thinking mind, what happening, we responding to the past. And that's why you cannot see the truth. So now what we does, we slowly shut down the surface level, responding to the past, to the future, and now you see the very real moment of life. So that is what, through the vipassana, you're going to recognize. So once you recognize that, what you can see, it's always changing. It has three natures: impermanent, and it unsatisfactory nature, and selflessness. And once you come to that, your mind will come to the moment of freedom. It releases from all the names and forms. Why? Because all the names and forms come out of the memory. But once you come to the point not to go with the memory, but to go with the moment of experience or the change, and the mind doesn't collect any kind of, it doesn't have any collective nature, and you just go with it. And then you will see in the depth of your experience, there is nothing. There's nothing. That is what you really need to understand. But sometimes we see it, but that what we see is not very clear. That's why we don't believe, no, there should be something. There is nothing. Only thing is deeply, thoroughly, very clearly see it. When the day comes for you to experience that within yourself, within this each and every moment, what you experience, there is nothing. That is the day you gain your liberation. But our mind always brings something in front of us. Dreaming, hallucination, illusion, and mirage, and showing us something. There's something, go for it. There's something, go for it. Get it, get it. So the mind always pushes. But tranquility state will address to that nature, and from there, it is your own inner effort you need to go deeper and see just by your own mind. Okay, so let's get into practice a little bit now. So keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. And bring attention to your body and observe head to toes yourself 3 times and say Sopat Deva, or may I be well and happy. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. So bring the awareness and keep focus towards the sensation of inhalation, exhalation. Don't interfere with it. Don't disturb yourself. Just deeply recognize. Let everything to settle down as it is. and drop all the patterns, methods, technique, recognition of inhalation, exhalation with very clear mind. Keep your attention towards the recognition happening in you with any sensation. That what you recognize, nothing happened because of the past or the future. It is a very brand new moment of experience. And what you experience is going to be only in that very moment. So before it becomes the memory, just experience it. So bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward, visualize yourself and send it as a light to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward, and upward. To all six directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Supreme Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And by the power of this all meritorious activities, may all of you get out of the sickness or the disease and the aging and the death. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of liberation or the Nibbana. Also, we transfer these merits to your guardian angels and the deities. May they be able to gain these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata cammehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Maya Dhamma Nudhamma Patipattiya Buddhang Pujemi Dhammang Pujemi Sanghang Pujemi Attaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadi Maranam Ha Paribunjissami Idhamme Punya Kammang Asavakkaya Vahang Hotu Sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.